Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Sharon Sumner.
Sumner.
Sumner,
Okay, without
yes.
the T. Okay.
Without the T, yes. And I am a Donate Life ambassador with the California Transplant Donor Network. And I'm going to try to make this very short, but I was a child born with congenital heart disease. And so I lived all my life sick, but we didn't have a diagnosis at the time.
Now, with that, do you feel tired all the time? Is
When
that what
I
it's-
was young, I did, and I would get a side ache, and that would tell me to stop and go home. But I had wonderful parents who fought for me, let me be a child, let me do the things I wanted to do. And I grew up. I was not supposed to live to see my first birthday, and that was very difficult, of course, for my parents.
Sure.
I proceeded to, we were from Toledo, Ohio originally. We moved to California on December 1st, 1963. And I was actually pretty healthy through high school, and then I married. I've been married 39 years. On the 23rd of this month, we have two lovely children, a son, Fred, and a daughter-in-law, and a daughter, Leslie. And so in about 1989, I started to feel very tired. So I went to a physician who sent me to a cardiologist. And they didn't even know, when they did the echocardiogram, they didn't even know what they were seeing. So I immediately was sent up to UC San Francisco, where they had made the diagnosis of corrected congenital transposition.
What is that?
That is, the great arteries are flipped.
Really?
So it's like I call it the plumbing, and the heart, the right ventricle was the left ventricle, and
So it was
vice
in
versa.
backwards?
It was backwards, but it worked.
Well, obviously, but I mean, was the heart completely just flipped around the other way? Is that what happened?
That's correct.
Oh,
That's
wow,
correct.
it's amazing.
But children born today have better chances because they can go in and do surgery and turn everything around. So I
Wow.
understand that they can help those children, which is wonderful. So I had a pacemaker implanted in 1990, and then in 1998 I started getting worse, and I went to my physician, and he told me I would need a heart transplant. And you could have knocked me off the table with a feather because I had no clue. So moving forward, I did an evaluation in 2000 at a hospital in Palo Alto.
Is it Stanford?
Yes, it is. And it just didn't work out there. So I went to CPMC in San Francisco and saw Dr. Ernest Hauslein. He is God's angel. However, I wasn't sick enough to receive the heart. So I waited until I saw him in 2002. I was listed on May 13th, 2005. I got
Wow.
the call on August 11th, 2005.
Well, obviously, you can't receive heart donation without somebody else expiring first.
Absolutely.
How does that
Absolutely.
affect your family? I mean, obviously, they're happy that you're living and
Right.
that your life will be saved. But
Right.
what is all the emotions surrounding knowing that someone else had to give their life so that you could
Right.
live?
Well, I think for my family, I have a wonderful family, an outstanding family that supported me. We knew I may not get the call. People die, 19 people die every day. And there are, I wanted to say, if I have my numbers correct, I hope I do, Mel, about 100,000 are listed in California alone. And 19 people to 20 people die all over the country waiting for organs. So I know it was God that gave me the organ. I knew it was God that intervened. And I do know that my donor was a 41-year-old female from the East Bay. I do not know what happened, and we sometimes don't know that information. And it's hard to explain, but I brought a
sure.
photo. Okay.
Yeah, I can hold it up for you
okay.
while you're talking.
This was April of 2005.
Okay.
That was a month before I was listed.
Okay, I'll hold it here. I don't know if they can zoom in on it or not, but I'll hold it and see if we can do that. Okay, so this was 2005. Okay.
That was a month before I was listed.
Okay.
This was after my transplant.
Oh yeah, thumbs up, huh? Can tilt it forward there?
Forward.
More so? Okay, so we'll try to zoom in on that.
Okay. And so, as I look back at that picture, I didn't see really how sick I was, but my family did.
And then this one is right after the surgery?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And you have another one too. And what is this one?
If you want to show this, this is me actually holding my birth heart.
Your birth heart?
This was the
Let
heart.
me take a
that
look
was-
at it first here.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so I'll just put my thumb here because I don't know what the rules are here at KBSV, but
I understand.
okay, but I'll hold it here like that. So you held your birth heart in
I
your
did.
hands.
I did. I did.
Wow.
I took both of my hands. I was wearing blue gloves.
Uh-huh.
And when I looked at it, as you can see, it doesn't look like a heart, does it?
No, it doesn't.
What does it appear to look like to you?
A chicken.
That's exactly what it looked like to me.
Wwow. You were
And-
one sick lady.
I was very sick. This is an actual pathology lab that we went into. And the pathologist he said, ma'am, I've worked 32 years in pathology, and I've never seen a heart that bad come out of a living person.
Wow.
He said, did you realize you didn't have much time?
Well, why did they make you
And I
wait
said,
so long? It was
"You-
like 3 or 4 years.
But you have to be sick enough. When you do an evaluation, you have to be pretty close to death. That's how it is. Plus, you wait on the correct match. So my donor had to have been my size and a match for the chest cavity. Plus, we had to have the same blood type.
How long of a surgery is that? Is it 2 hours, 10 hours?
Mine was actually, excuse me, 4 hours.
That's really amazing. So they perform the surgery and they have you all hooked up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do they, and I know this is kind of a technical question, but do they run like a machine so that there's like a machine that's being a pretend heart while they take your heart actually out
Yes, it's
before
a
they
heart
put
lung
the
machine, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they come out and spoke to my family throughout the
Aw.
surgery every 30
Really?
minutes. Every 30 minutes. they
Now
would
I'm gonna
come out.
cry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's okay. And they would tell them. And they came out and they told them when they'd removed my heart. Then I'd ask my husband, how are you? What did you think? And he said, I knew there was no going back,
Mhm.
and it was going to be okay.
Oh.
And then the nurse came out when the surgery was finished. They were sewing me up, and she came out and said,
Good. Now, after you have the new heart put in your chest, do you have to take like some sort of drug to keep it from
Yes,
your body keeping?
yes,
Okay.
anti-rejection
Right.
medication
Do you have to take that for the rest of your
for
life?
the rest of my life.
Now, does that make you sick, or do you feel better now?
Oh, 100% better.
Emotionally, what is it like having someone else's heart? Has it changed your outlook on life?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Oh,
emotionally.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Little things, throw them over your shoulder.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I feel at this point that I can't, whatever I want to do, health-wise, of course, I do. And I love volunteering with California Transplant Donor Network because we go to health fairs, we go to the high schools and we speak. And we speak at the Giants, San Francisco Giants hosted Donor Day. We go to the game. We hand out information as the everyone comes through the gate, the fans. And I've been a part of that for the last 3 years. And the people that I volunteer with, we have donor families that volunteer. donor families volunteer.
Now, how important is this? I know that there is, I think your numbers are correct, what Mel said, 100,000 people waiting,
Yes.
and most of them are for kidneys.
Correct.
What he has said before, I don't know if that number changes throughout the years, but how important is it to educate the public about
It's
this?
extremely important to educate the public, because there are some myths out there that people hear about these myths, and the doctors won't work hard to save me because I'm listed as a donor. That is not true. Absolutely not true.
Well, I think that like some movies out of Hollywood kind of are stereotype particular either demographics or a job or something like that. I think there was a movie that came out, I think in the 70s, that kind of did that same thing, and so there's a whole generation that has that fear of the little pink dot on your driver's license could be the difference between, you know, getting the paddles or not, but it's not true.
That's correct. It's
because
not true.
there's, from what I understand from Mel Behrens is who we're talking about, you have to go through quite a bit. I mean, there's quite a bit of paperwork and everything that you have to go through. It's not just...
You have to be accepted, the evaluation that you go through. You also have to do a psychiatric evaluation to make sure that you're going to take care of your organ. And that...
Oh, it's kind of like a foster family almost. Yeah. You don't just get it. You have to go through counseling and everything.
Absolutely, because they want to know that you understand that what you're getting is you're getting your life. You get it. I got my life. And I just had said, if you think for 1 minute that I'm not going to take care of my heart, you don't know me at all, because I am tough and I've lived longer than I was told. And that was through my family, my friends, prayers. And I want to tell you one thing. When they wheeled me in, and I told Dr. Ernie, please give me good drugs, Dr. Ernie. Hi, Dr. Ernie, if you're watching. Anyway, and so as they're wheeling me in, I don't know why, but I started to sing, row, row, row your boat. I know.
Gently down the stream.
Down the stream. So, and I felt a heaviness on my shoulders that I've never ever felt in my life. And I knew it was everyone who was praying for me, thinking about me, that loved me, that knew me. And I knew if I got the call, I would survive. I knew that I would make it, because I'm strong and I'm tough, and I've had to be throughout my life, but then I've had, like I said, my parents, and they're both deceased now, but they saw me get the heart. I was able to help them through the end of their lives, and I love working with Mel. He is wonderful. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy going out into the community and sharing my story, and also telling, educating. It's educating, and having people be aware of what's a myth and what is the truth, and that's what we do.
If somebody would like to contact you or the California Donor Network directly, how can we do that?
You can contact me directly. Would you like my email?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. It's Heart, Heart, 81205, which is the date of my transplant, at AOL.com.
Very good. And California Donor Network, I believe, have...
California Transplant Donor
Transplant
Network.
Donor Network.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And tell Mel...
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Same here. And thanks for bringing the pictures, too.
Okay.
Tell Mel that we said hello.
I will do that.
We wish him well.
And thank you again very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Okay.
And thank you to KBSB for allowing us to have guests like you on. I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.